Do you remember just how chaotic and iconic the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix was? Well, I'm here to remind you. Coming out of Bahrain pre-season testing and into a season opener at Sakir, it was pretty obvious that we had two front runners. And in qualifying, those thoughts were backed up as Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen traded fastest laps throughout the session. Until in Q3, you know what, I could sit here and tell you about how it went, but here's a video of me watching the end of Q3.
I can't describe how nervous I am right now. Let's fucking go! Oh, we're back!
Charles Leclerc was on pole at the circuit where he secured the first pole position of his Formula 1 career. Well, the race started and Charles Leclerc got off to a clean getaway. During the first stint, Max Verstappen didn't pressure him once. But after the first round of pit stops on lap 17, it got interesting. A relentless 3-lap long assault on Charles Leclerc from Max Verstappen. I mean, the gamesmanship from Charles Leclerc using the F1 game technique of braking just before the DRS detection zone so he could negate Max Verstappen's straight line speed advantage was brilliant. Every single time Verstappen got ahead of him, Leclerc made sure he was behind him just there at the DRS detection point so that at this next point, he could come back and overtake and retake the lead of the race. Those 3 laps ended with Max Verstappen doing this, getting past Leclerc, but locking up. And Charles Leclerc cruised ahead. And after a third round of stops, things got worse for Max Verstappen as he started to complain about an issue. But Max, please hold that thought because with few laps left, Pierre Gasly's car caught fire and we had a safety car. So at this point, Charles Leclerc, who was about 30 seconds ahead of Verstappen, had his lead completely negated. And we believed that like Abu Dhabi 2021, we were about to get a shootout to win the race. Only that's not what we got, was it? From the safety car restart, Max Verstappen got a very poor getaway, meaning he wasn't pressuring Charles Leclerc. Instead, he was defending from Carlos Sainz. Verstappen, who was still complaining about this battery-related issue and being told by his team he had no problem, was overtaken by Sainz. And this wasn't the worst of it. For laps now, Max Verstappen had been telling his pit wall he had an issue, and they had been telling him there was no problem. But that's Max Verstappen there. And he was retiring from the race. Almost seconds later, Sergio Perez was complaining about a loss of power in his Red Bull before he also, on the last lap, was out of the Grand Prix. So Charles Leclerc ended up bringing it home for Ferrari. It was their first win and first 1-2 since Singapore in 2019. That was a 46 race wait, the second longest in the team's history. But I don't feel like crying, so I'm not going to go over how that season went. Fuck's sake.